Hey, hey, true lifers. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are all having a good Monday. If you're watching the replay, let me know that you're watching the replay. Hashtag replay, whatever you want to do, it's fine. I'm going to invite some friends to hop on here with me. Say hi when you hop on. Let me see if I can actually see comments. And tell me what you're up to today. I see some friends popping on. I feel like I haven't been live in a while, you guys. I am sorry. How is everybody doing on Monday? What are y'all up to? How are you working your business through these crazy holidays? Okay. Oh, I can see comments. Hi, Mariah. Hi, Morgan. Yes, doing deliveries. Hey, Megan. Hey, Brandy. Oh, hey. Hi, Crystal. Hey, Melissa. Okay. Yay. Hi, guys. Hi, Dolores. You're here. Okay. Happy Monday. Hope everybody's having a good one. I just went and got coffee. I drove like 12 minutes to go get coffee because I needed it. It was a late night last night. So, Christmas cards. Fun. I know I'm trying to push out the last of my Christmas cards, so I feel it. Finishing up Grinch bags. Ooh, yes. I saw your post, Charlotte. They look so good. So good. Such a cute idea. Awesome. Well, what a good Monday, you guys. I just wanted to hop on here and talk to you guys about the final push to the end of December, our holiday season. What does that look like? What are we working on? And just encourage you guys, because not necessarily here on the True Life page, but definitely on other consultant pages that maybe you're a part of or our leaders are a part of, there's a lot of talk about frustration or this month being really slow because people do the bulk of their Christmas shopping per se in November. So if you saw a really good month in November, maybe you're looking at your numbers now and saying, hey, it's a little bit slower. I'm usually paid a title by now, or I usually have my leadership numbers in, and this December feels really slow. And if you're new, that can be discouraging. Or if you're a seasoned consultant and you're basing your past 6 months of whatever you call success and comparing it to December, it may be frustrating. And so I want to speak into that a little bit and encourage you guys, because there's a lot going on and we just need to like put it all into perspective a little bit. And so I want to make sure that I do a little heart check with you guys and then give you some like words of advice on how to move forward. So, hey Nessie, hey Katie. Okay, sorry, it's trying to connect. Let me turn off my Wi-Fi, hold on. Okay. I hope this stays on. I'm sorry, it keeps telling me it's reconnecting. I don't know why. So with all that being said, just things to note that I'm sure that you all are aware of. So these are kind of just reminders. Tomorrow, Tuesday, December 15th, is the U.S. Christmas cutoff for Scentsy. So if your customers are looking for a guaranteed Christmas delivery, and by guaranteed, that means that Scentsy will get it out of their warehouses in time for what should be an expected delivery date before Christmas. Now, obviously, Scentsy has zero control over FedEx, UPS, the Postal Service. Like, they cannot control how they handle those packages once they leave those buildings. So just a reminder about that, you guys. I know that all of a sudden, or maybe you've experienced it through this last 6 months to 8 months, that we have a partnership with FedEx as well as UPS, and most people prefer UPS. FedEx has their struggles a little bit. Recognize that there are a lot of underlying factors why Scentsy has chosen to partner alongside FedEx. And it has a lot to do with the massive growth that we have experienced this year. There are a lot of perks to having FedEx a part of our delivery system, which includes but is not limited to weekend deliveries. Okay, UPS does not typically deliver on the weekends, but FedEx does. Okay, so just understand that there are a lot of really good reasons that we should be thankful that Scentsy shares this partnership with both FedEx and UPS. And their reason for utilizing FedEx more, especially in the last 3 to 5 months, we've seen an increase of those deliveries, is so that we can continue to get packages sent to us, you guys, because you may not know it, but these carriers, especially this year with the massive influx of online shopping and packages going out, they've had to put caps on companies and the packages that those companies are allowed to send out per month. Okay, so a capita of you are only allowed 10,000 packages per month. You cannot exceed that. We cannot do that. We don't have the trucks. We don't have the manpower to be able to support any more from your company. Okay, so could you imagine having to tell your customers, I want to order this for you. It's an LTO, but it's not going to ship, or we can't order it until November, and you're sitting at the middle of October. Could you imagine that? Like, that we would deal with that should it ever come to that, and I don't think that it will. Okay, but just know that that's a very that's a reality for a lot of companies. So we need to be thankful in the midst of whatever frustrations pop up when we're dealing with our shipping issues that are honestly far and few between. It gets blown up a lot because like a lot of people want to talk about it and they're frustrated, but the best thing that we can do is rely on Scentsy to have our back, and they always will. Okay, so if FedEx should do something to your packages, they're not being delivered, things like that, Scentsy does require a certain window frame to allow FedEx or UPS to deliver your packages. So if they're stuck at a warehouse or whatever, you have to allow it a certain amount of time. Scentsy has to, right? Because they don't want to ship you a replacement and then you get it 2 days later just because it's been sitting for 2 days. Okay, that's frustrating. I get it. But so anyways, contact Scentsy if you have any issues, okay? With FedEx, UPS, it's best just to go through Scentsy. You can try to call FedEx and UPS, but it's hard because you're playing middleman, because Scentsy and FedEx, UPS, they're the ones with the direct contract, and even though it's being shipped to you, they're the one with the partnership, and they're the one who feed the information to each other, and Scentsy is the one who can process the replacement claim, and so trying to do that through FedEx is going to be a hassle, or UPS. So it's best just to contact Scentsy with any issues that you have. And even if you do receive a shipment and it's not in its best condition and you believe it is at the fault of FedEx or UPS, please just contact Scentsy so they can continue to give that information to that carrier. And that way, if we do have to part ways in the future with any of these carriers, we have built a case that Scentsy knows about because we've told them, okay? So again, I can understand the frustration, but when people share that frustration on this page, there's little we can do except direct you back to Scentsy, because they're the ones who can give you a solution. They're the ones who can replace your items for you. They're the ones that can contact FedEx. They're the ones who can continue to make note of these issues, okay? So anyways, I don't know that I was completely on track with that, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Oh yeah. So the shipping deadline is tomorrow for Christmas cutoff, okay? So encourage your customers to order by tomorrow at midnight Pacific Standard Time if they want to get anything before Christmas, guaranteed before Christmas. Now, that's not to say that if you place an order on Wednesday morning that it wouldn't arrive, okay? Shipping has been really awesome for the most part. I've had orders ship same day that I place them, which is crazy. So Scentsy is really, really trying hard to stay on top of it so that they can stay within that window and even exceed it. Okay, so that's so exciting. And Scentsy is bossing out in that regard. Okay, so trust them. Trust that they'll do everything that they can, and encourage your customers to take advantage of that. So as consultant to consultant, I would encourage you to make sure that you are placing your final orders if you do local deliveries today or tomorrow. I am doing mine tonight because if I am having items sent to my house and I am offering to deliver them or porch pick up them, I want to make sure that I am giving myself adequate time to do that where I'm not spending Christmas Eve delivering orders. I want to make sure that I get those to my customers in a timely manner, but also that I get to relax and enjoy time with my family during the holiday season. So be mindful of that. And don't be afraid to utilize boundaries in your business as it pertains to that. So if you want to save your customer shipping or whatever, but you don't want to deliver on Christmas Eve, make sure you let your customers know, hey, I'll order this for you. I'll save you shipping, whatever. It'll be delivered to me, but please porch pick up, and make sure that's okay. And you make that clear. Okay. So Christmas cutoff tomorrow. I can tell you, I can't tell you what, but I can tell you that Scentsy is not done this month. So when I am talking about the last push for our incentive or PRV, or maybe you're, again, like you're feeling like it's a slow month PRV wise, Scentsy is not done this month. Okay. So, obviously it will not be before the Christmas cutoff, but Scentsy is not finished. So don't count it out. Don't count out your month. And that's kind of the reason why I wanted to hop on here, was to encourage you guys, and remind you all that I'm going to encourage to push you for whatever PRV goals you set in the beginning of this month, whatever parties you wanted to get booked, whatever incentive level you wanted to earn. I'm still going to push you to try and achieve that. There is still plenty of time, okay? We are only at the 14th of this month, which is incredible. We still have, at least another good 6 days where you have so much time to book parties for January, front load your calendar, collect orders, send out your PWS link, and beef up your January paycheck, and really encourage your customers to continue to shop with you. And Scentsy is going to provide a really cool opportunity for your customers to get excited about doing so, okay? So just know that something is coming really, really soon, and it will be great if you take advantage of it, right? Because every opportunity that Scentsy gives us will do nothing for your business if you don't do anything with it. So keep your eyes peeled on your news tab in the next day or two for news about what's coming. But speaking of the incentive, if you are new here, we are at the end of our fall incentive period that started back in July. We are working towards, some of us on the final push towards our Disney World incentive, or a trip for two to Colorado on an adult only trip. This is the first family trip, family incentive trip that I have been a part of. They did do a Disney World family trip about 5 years ago. That was before my time. And I've heard nothing but magical things about it from other leaders in this company and how incredible it was. So I can only imagine that it will be just as great, if not better, next year when we get to experience it for those who are working towards it. For those of you who have earned any level of this incentive, big claps for you, okay? That is so amazing. And just know that, like, this incentive, I don't want to discourage anybody from an incentive ever. And I definitely want to focus on the proper mindset when it comes to incentives. But from earning every single incentive since I've started and looking at the previous points and what was required and stuff, this has by far been the most intimidating and hardest incentive I have ever worked towards. This one has pushed every single weakness in my personal business to the forefront and has forced me to really put my head down and actually get nervous about not earning it. Okay. And I know that a lot of you have been here at previous incentives, and you've heard me and Alex talk about how incentives are kind of made for the newer consultants in this business because they are structured for promotion. They're structured towards giving well to promotion points and sponsoring. And in those new days of your business where the fire is burning really hot and you're so excited about your business, people are excited for you, people are buying, you're having people join your team because they're seeing how excited you are about your new business, and people joining and doing well leads you to promote, and you're promoting through the ranks. And those promotion points, those sponsoring points, all of those things in the past have been incredibly useful for new consultants and earning incentives. So in the past, me and Alex have always talked about new consultants, you have the best opportunity to earn incentives. And I don't think that that's any different with this incentive. It has had bigger jumps in numbers, and it has had a lack of it has had a lack of a bottom level that didn't require sponsoring points. But all that to be said, what I think is so special about this incentive, whether you have earned it, whether you're close to earning it, whether you work towards it, whatever, when you are looking at this incentive, I want you guys to recognize that, first of all, a very small minority of consultants have earned it. Probably the lowest amount of consultants in incentive period that I have known. And that's not for the lack of opportunity, but it is a mindset thing, I think, for a lot of people. But the reality of it is that, first of all, the big jump in numbers, I want you guys to understand something. If you've been around for another incentive, you might have said these points are super high. Even with other incentives, the points weren't this high. We didn't have to have this many sponsoring points. We didn't have to have this many points overall. And that might have scared you off from trying super hard, or it might be really discouraging to look at now and say, I tried, but I still won't earn it. Or I don't know where there's an opportunity to earn it. Let me just be very clear. Two things. One, yes, there's a huge jump in numbers and it's very difficult. But the purpose of an incentive, the reason that Sensi gives us these opportunities to earn incentives, of course, they want to reward us for our hard work and our business and stuff, but they do that every month with a paycheck. Okay, we get paid for the hard work that we do every single month. That's their form of instant gratification, is you get paid, and you get paid very well if you work your business, okay? But they do want to reward us in the form of a trip a lot of the time, and that's great and that's amazing, and not all companies do that, and definitely not all companies do it to the extent that Sensi will spoil you on an incentive trip. But also recognize that Sensi's main purpose for an incentive trip or an incentive period of any kind is to shine a light on the weak areas of your business and help you push past that so that your business will be healthy and thriving in 5 years, in 3 years, in 10 years. Okay. So when you are looking at Sensi as the big picture and you want to see the vision with Sensi, the things inside of an incentive period or the things inside of an incentive like sponsoring, coaching, right? Because coaching played heavily into this incentive where you were getting points for your downline promoting. That requires coaching. That requires a steady hand leading by the front and doing all of the things required as a leader to earn this incentive. So understand that Sensi knows that the skills that you will have to learn and obtain will be a direct reflection of how much you've earned this incentive or what you need to work on. And not earning this incentive is not always a mirror of how hard you have worked, but it is definitely an opportunity for you to look at your business and say, okay, where have I struggled? Or where did I barely miss the mark at? And how can I do better? How can I change what I've done? How can I make it look different for the next incentive period so I don't struggle as hard? And continue to build on that, right? Is it a different system? Is it recruiting more, sponsoring more, coaching better? What area of PRV, sponsoring, coaching do you need to focus on? Okay. And even myself can look at my business and say, okay, I see my weak spots. I see where I need to work better at. And we all have that in our business. And that's the beautiful thing about incentive is it pushes us in a small period of time to recognize that and to try to do it in that period of time to come up with a new system or to perfect our system so that we're earning an incentive or we are fast tracking our earning of the next incentive. Okay. So if you, I think Alex said it in her last video that she was talking about, if you have worked this incentive period with intention in your business and you have looked at that incentive tracker and said, okay, I really need to focus on sponsoring, and you've sponsored people or you've come up with systems, then you should be dang proud of yourself, because that is what's important about this period of time. That's what you should be doing. And so I am so proud of the people who have earned this incentive, any level of it, but I'm also proud of the people who may not be getting the recognition on the incentive tracker that they deserve. And so if that's you, if that's you working your business with intention, then I just want you to know that me and Alex and all of the leaders here are so incredibly proud of you, okay? You guys will rise the next incentive period. You will be stronger for the work that you have put in now, regardless of how it's reflected. You will see the benefit of that in 6 months, in a year. Your business will be thriving, okay? And that is what we need to remember and keep in mind, because that's what we want, right? We want a growing, thriving, healthy business in a year. And so let this incentive period just be a 6-month time frame that you can look back and say, I really busted my butt. I focused really heavily on sponsoring, and I'm proud of the walls that I broke down, the comfort zones I stepped out of, the conversations I had. I know what to do better next time. I know what to change, and it's going to make me a better sponsor. It's going to make me a better consultant, and my eyes are looking forward, okay? So don't for a second think that you are any less than because you didn't earn level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Even if that was your goal.
Someone is at the front door.
Hold on. Somebody's at my door. This is mom life. I think it might just be a child, but we'll see. Hold on.
It's my bike.
What is it?
It's my bike. It's Crystal's bike.
No, that's not for you.
No, who's it for?
I know, but it's not. Just leave it there. I'll get it. I'll get it.
Who's it for?
Stop. Stop. Can you close the door, please? I will tell you in a minute. Ah, it's going crazy. It's going crazy. My daughter's bike just got delivered and they opened the door. What the heck? Okay. So anyways, sorry, you guys. Okay. So anyways, also the last thing I want to say about the incentive thing, whatever you are doing now or whatever you have done in the last 6 months that you have seen any positive outcome from, where you have, like I said, stepped out of comfort zones, you've sponsored people, you've coached people really well, and you've been proud of that. Don't stop come December 31st. Don't stop in January. Don't stop doing that, I have no idea when we're starting the next incentive period, but don't just do the hard things in an incentive period. Do it beyond, okay? These are the skills that you are to carry with you throughout your business if they are working, right? So do not stop doing them now. Don't stop pushing for it, okay? This incentive period was so difficult. And another thing I want you guys to remember, or maybe this is news to you guys. But also what I think people have forgotten about this incentive is that previous incentives, and again, I wasn't here for the other family Disney incentive or any other family trip. All the incentive periods I have been a part of, you were able to earn for 2, okay? And regardless of where it was at, understand the price difference, okay? I think we get so focused on earning this, and when we talk about earning a trip, we're thinking about PRV and sponsoring and coaching and these points, and what do these points equate to? Okay, how many people do I have to sponsor, and what do they have to promote to? What do I have to promote? All these things that we're trying to figure out, that we forget that there's actual dollar signs behind this trip that Scentsy is paying for, and bless it, but recognize that the point jump from earning a trip to Bermuda or a trip to Mexico has to be significant when we're talking about earning for 2 people, 2 adults versus up to 6 people. Okay? That's a lot more people. That's a lot more expensive park passes for up to 6 people per family. So that's a lot of money that Scentsy is investing in us. And while it's well earned, there's still a price attached to it. There's still flights to be bought. There's still credits to be given for flights. There's still money to be paid out for per diem. Scentsy is not going to leave us high and dry in any of these situations. Therefore, we have to work harder to earn it. We're trying to earn 5 other people for this trip, or maybe just 2, or maybe just 1. But the point jump has to reflect that, because recognize that the points reflect a price. Okay. And so, just know that, like, that's why we say you're earning a trip, because there is a hand-in-hand value going on behind the scenes that we don't see. And that's how we're earning it. Okay. So again, that's a mindset thing, and that's something we don't think about, but it's a very real thing, since he still has to pay real money to get us to these places, to pay for these passes. And when I say that you get there and you literally don't have to worry about a thing, I mean it. But understand, somebody had to pay that price. And us earning it means doing the hard things, doing the things that grow our business, but also pay off that trip. Okay. Oh, my nose is very itchy. I'm so sorry. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to drop them below. This incentive period ends December 31st at midnight Pacific Standard Time. If you are really close to earning level 1, level 3, level 5, keep going. Don't stop. I have seen thousands of points happen in a matter of a week for consultants. Some of my good friends have earned a trip, and I don't recommend this because the stress, but I've had consultant friends literally go from needing 4,000 points to a week later securing the spot right before the deadline. Okay? When I say anything is possible, you're dang right. And this may seem really silly to some of you, but I'm going to be completely transparent with you because, one, I want you guys to always know that me, your leaders, Alex, all of us, when we show up for our business, I will not ask you to do anything that I'm not willing to do myself. And I've talked about my story. I've talked about how trips are a huge, huge incentive for me. Always wanting to travel. That's something that me and my husband really, really love to do. And Scentsy has sparked that in us. They have shown us it's possible. And I put in work. My husband puts in work. Like, we push to earn these incentives. And I need you all to know that, like, I'm right here with you. And I have about 3,000 points to go to earn level 6. I'm trying to get grandma or grandpa's ticket paid for so they can come and hang out with my kids while I go ride rides with my husband. Let's be completely honest, okay? So I'm trying to earn a spot for them. And I have 3,000 points to go, you guys. And I don't need any more sponsoring points, but I still have 3,000 points. And I'm wondering, where am I going to get that PRV? I've already hit my PRV goal for this month. So where is this going to come from? Okay. So I have to put in work. I have to sit down every day, look at my incentive tracker, think about what's coming up, think about my club orders. How am I going to get this extra $3,000 push or 3,000 point push by the end of this month, when I am also planning out a break, a much needed break and rest in this period, because I don't want to stress myself out. And that 6th spot, you guys, means just as much to me as earning my husband's spot. So, I don't want to say failure is not an option or not earning is not an option, but the reality of it is, you guys, is that I have to tell myself that I have to push just as hard as if I'm earning my husband's spot, or else I'll give way to excuses. And I just don't like to do that. I don't want to say that I didn't earn it because I didn't try hard enough. So if y'all are pushing for that 2nd spot, that 3rd spot, know that I am right there with you. Okay, I am right there with you. And this incentive period has not been easy for me. Has not been easy. And I'm not saying any other incentives were easy, but this has by far been the hardest incentive. I have had to push myself to earn this. It has not come easy at all. So if you are needing any kind of encouragement or ideas or anything, I'm here. I'm right there with you. I am working my butt off to do this. So you're not alone, okay? And so when I'm talking about pushing and doing whatever it takes, just know that I'm doing it too. And we can do it together. And I don't want to say miracles happen, because miracles are just something that like you don't work for and it just appears. You're going to have to work for this. This is not just going to happen overnight. This is just not going to magically fall into your lap. You're going to have to work for it. And that takes planning and preparation. And so if you haven't done that yet, if you haven't planned for the rest of your month for those points, if you haven't equated points to a day, every single day that you are opting to work your business, then you need to do that. You have to prepare your business. You have to prepare your days to equate to points for this incentive, for every incentive. That's how it works. Okay, so there's that. Our next True Life meeting is going to be on the 22nd of this month, if I am not mistaken. Yes, the 22nd of this month. Me and Alex will be closing out this year talking about earning rest and getting ready for the new year. But I do want to touch on this idea of resting and the holiday hangover that we're all going to feel, okay? This year has been crazy. If you've been here for a significant amount of time, you probably feel tired. You probably feel a little run down. And that's because you've been working your business. We have been nonstop going. I've said it before. We jumped from one incentive to the next. We started it immediately after. And with the explosiveness that this business has been since the pandemic has started, y'all, we just haven't quit. And praise Jesus for it. I mean, it's been amazing. We've had some of our best months, days, weeks since he's had the 6 best months that they've ever had in this year. So like I'm pumped about that, but I'm also real tired. Okay. There's not a coffee big enough. So I know y'all are feeling it. And so as I sit here and say, don't slow down, just keep going. Also know I get that you're tired, okay? But there is a time for rest, and it's coming. It's coming, and it's going to come fast, and you're going to have it, and I want you to take full advantage of it. But there is this idea of earning rest. And like I said, we'll talk about that more. But this holiday hangover that we tend to feel, no, I'm still talking. What do you need?
Look at my tattoos.
They're very pretty.
Yeah, Mav has one and I have 2, because this one is like a dragon that I go. Can I show them?
No, not right now.
Okay.
The holiday hangover is coming, okay? And so as soon as Out, please.
What do you mean no?
I know what you're going to ask for. Out. Out.
What am I going to talk about?
As soon as we put our business down, we're going to feel this like, what's next? Or I'm just so exhausted. I don't even know like how I'm going to be able to pick myself back up again after this. And that's a real thing. Okay. It's a very real thing. But I want you to prepare yourself for that. Prepare your business for that feeling. It's that groggy, once you lay down, you don't want to get back up again, that whole like lie to yourself kind of moment where you're like, I'm just going to sit down for a minute, or I'm just going to close my eyes for 5 minutes and then I'll get back up. And then all of a sudden you find yourself 3 hours later in the bed, your hair's crazy and you're like, what year is it? Like that's going to happen to you, especially at the end of this year. And I want you to know that like, that's okay. And I want you to have permission to do that, but also know that your business is taken care of. Because if you don't, and you're laying there and you realize, wait, it's been 3 days and I haven't posted on my VIP yet, you're going to feel stressed out, and that's not what I want you to experience. I want you to prepare your business for that moment. And that means thinking about that now, okay? Thinking about how it's going to feel to finally rest at the end of this month, and to spend quality time with your family that maybe you have sacrificed. Maybe you have sacrificed time with your kids. Maybe you have spent more time on your phone than you want to admit. And working your business, working your tail off for whatever goals you had in mind. And whether you got them or not, if you've been committed to your business, put your phone down. Turn your phone off, okay? Spend time with your family. Spend time with your friends. Like, give yourself permission to do that. But now is when we start thinking about and talking about, what does it look like for me to prepare my business for that moment where I can turn my phone off and not worry about what's going on Facebook. I don't have to worry about putting in an order. My customers are taken care of. They got their orders they needed. They've got my link. There's content on my VIP page scheduled. It'll be okay. That can wait till next week. That can wait till whenever I turn my phone back on, okay? Your family, whatever you've got going on in the next few weeks at the end of this month is priority. I want you to make that a priority. Yes, invest in your rest. Oh, hey, girl. Invest in your rest 100%, okay? But that doesn't look like ghosting your VIP. That does not look like leaving your customers high and dry. And by that, I mean like collecting orders and then having them sit at your house for 2 weeks. Like, don't do that. That's why I say, think about what you're capable of doing now at the end of this month. Are you going to collect local orders? Like, pull out your calendar, get on your calendar app and ask yourself, okay, what am I going to tell my customers? What am I willing to do? And if you say, hey, Christmas cutoff is tomorrow, I'm not placing another order till the 1st. Here's my link. Good for you. Like, do it then. Do it then. That's fine. But have a plan. Have a plan for you that you properly and repeatedly express to your customers so they are not confused and they're not left hanging, okay? That is how we prepare our business. So prepare yourself to invest in your rest. So I would say tomorrow or Wednesday, after the Christmas cutoff, spend time going around your house, taking pictures of your stuff, taking pictures of your kids with your Scentsy while you're working your business now in the next week that we're pushing. Okay, this next week that we've got, you're pushing, okay? You're working hard. You're going to give it all you got the next 5-6 days. Give it everything you've got. Sprint to the finish. Take all the pictures you can. Schedule them in your VIP. Keep a few to post on your Instagram. Schedule them in your VIP for those days that you're like, This is a no, I will not compromise here. I'm turning off my phone this day. Me and my family are going on a trip. We're doing a road trip. We're going to the snow, whatever. I'm not going to worry about my phone that day. You're going to schedule posts that day. You're going to schedule your post for that entire week of Christmas, New Year's, whatever. You have the content and you're ready to go. You're ready to rest. That's what it looks like to prepare your business. You're going to, in every single day that you post your link. Here's my link. Pin it at the top of your page. If you want to order, here's my link. You're not giving your customers no, hey, local order going in on Friday, none of that. If you want to order, here's my link. And then on the next couple of days before you come back and you decide to turn back on your phone and get out of bed and finally shower, then you can say, okay, I've got a local order going in 31st, 30th, whatever. Okay, then you can say that. But be prepared. Prepare your customers, commit to it, and commit to your rest. It's so important. It's so important, you guys, because this holiday is literally giving us permission to finally rest. And this is how it is every year, honestly. Like, this year has been crazy, so like we feel extra tired this year. But the reality of it is, you guys, is that maybe next year when there's not like a crazy pandemic, and maybe we're coming down the slope of a massive growth, you're going to see that fall and winter is still pretty crazy, and that we prepare our businesses for fall and winter time because it is crazy, it's busy, and we're pushing for things, and that's usually when we have an incentive. So like fall and winter time is always crazy. And so figure out what works for you now in this season so that you know what will work next season, because this isn't like I'm super tired this year because of this year. This is how it usually is. We're usually really busy. So we do have to actively plan for rest in our business. And this month is so important. And a lot of people, I don't recommend this. A lot of people will say Christmas cutoff. Okay, after this, I am done. But the reality of it is first of all, this is a unique situation because we've got an incentive period ending at the end of this month. Usually it's in January, so it's a month earlier. So people are pushing for that. I don't recommend quitting tomorrow. And I still feel like you still have a solid 5-6 days that customers are going to want things. Customers are still going to want to be placing orders with you. They need last minute gifts. They're going to want that bar that you have on hand, or want to talk to you about ordering something for somebody's birthday in January, or booking a party. You know, there's still things that you can be doing in the next 5-6 days, this week, until next Monday, that you can be working your business, and then give yourself the rest. Okay. But do invest in that. Do invest in it, okay? But be hyper-focused on staying committed. I really just don't recommend cutting it off tomorrow, okay? There's still so much to be had. Unless you are completely satisfied for what's coming in January, and by that I mean your paycheck, because I'm not satisfied yet, and so I need to keep pushing. I have 3,000 points left in this incentive. I need to have. So I'm not satisfied, and I may not have it in a week. I don't like that idea, but I may not. But I'm telling myself, if it's not done by this date, I'm still going to rest because I deserve it and because I need it. We all need the rest. Okay. And then the last thing I have written down, I kind of already talked about a little bit, was staying engaged. Stay engaged, and you're preparing for that now with your VIPs. Do not ghost your VIP group. Do not ghost your Instagram, okay? Yes, stay off your phone. Turn off your phone for a day or two, whatever you want to do. But then when you do pop back on, post a picture here and there of your family, of Christmas. It doesn't have to be anything Scentsy related. Post your family, what you've got going on. The joy of the season, right, is being together and celebrating the reason for the season. So do share that. There's nothing wrong with that. But you don't have to be glued to your phone, okay? And you don't have to be scared for the Sunday screen report, okay? Because that is scary. So that's kind of what I wanted to give to you today, you guys. Mindset is so important when we're talking about an incentive, but also when we're talking about resting and earning our rest. And like I said, we will dive more into what it looks like to earn your rest. And that sounds like some people get it and some people don't, but I just want you to understand that in this business, if you give yourself permission to rest when you haven't done the necessary income producing activities, or you haven't met that goal that you still have plenty of time to meet, then your resting doesn't look anything different than what you did yesterday when you decide to give yourself permission to watch Netflix for 7 hours, instead of following up, instead of booking parties, instead of, whatever, having a joint conversation. Your rest needs to look different than your Monday morning. Okay, does that make sense? And so that's what we're going to be breaking down a little bit. And it's not a dig at anybody, nothing like that. Because I do believe that a vast majority of you have been working your tails off, and it shows, okay? It just shows. So, yeah, the screen time notification. Scary. So anyways, that's my little deal for today, you guys. I just, I feel like people are getting real hung up on numbers and all this stuff, and we're sitting at the end of a very difficult year, and there are a lot of pressures that we put on ourselves anyways, but then there's that added pressure of an incentive period, and the looming end of 2020 and family time and this and that, and that's like so much pressure, and we just need to let that go. Okay, we need to let it go. You're here, you are right where you belong in this family, and whatever you have done is good enough. If you decide to call it good tomorrow, it's fine. It's fine. So take care of yourselves, know your boundaries, and we will be chatting soon on the 22nd. And I'm so excited about what's to come, you guys. Like I said, this month is not over. So it would not be in your best interest to quit tomorrow. Hang it up for tomorrow because it's the Christmas cutoff. But there are big things to come, and I'm so excited about it. Y'all are going to be real thrilled. So, just get ready for that. And okay. So, know that I love you all, and I'm so proud of you guys. And my children are driving me crazy. Kate, love you guys. Bye.